Hello friends, welcome back to my Sitecore Diaries, your ultimate guide to digital experience excellence, your go-to channel for everything in Sitecore and .NET. I'm your host Jitendra Ganekar, Sitecore Technology MVP 2024, the time Sitecore Certified Developer and XM Cloud Certified. In the last two videos, we have been working on the Sitecore Forms. So this is the third video on the Sitecore Form, and today we are going to see the key topic in the Sitecore Form, and that is submit action. We will see what are submit actions, what are the out-of-box submit actions available which you can use directly, and then how to customize or how to write your own submit action. So let's dive into the topic. So we will start with submit action. What is submit action? In Sitecore Forms, a submit action defines what happens when a visitor submit a form on your website. So when a visitor submit a form on your website, what should happen? So that defines the submit action. Sitecore Forms offers a variety of built-in submit actions to streamline your processes and achieve different outcomes. So here are some of the most common ones you will use frequently. Send email. First up, the send email. This action triggers an automated email to a specified recipients such as a confirmation email to the user or a notification for your team. So send email is one of the submit action which you might use in your project. Then save data. I think this is the most common one, and we have also used in our example. So save data ensures that the form submission data is stored in your Sitecore form database for future analysis and or reporting. Redirect to page. This also we have used in our example. So redirect to page action allows you to take users to thank you page or any other specific page upon the submission of your form. So after submission of your form, where do you want to redirect? So that you can specify in the redirect to page. Trigger a goal. So trigger a goal helps you to track key interactions like lead submission or event sign up for analytics and campaign personalization. So triggering a goal via that action. Then you have a trigger outcome. Trigger outcome is a design to record specific outcomes or events that are valuable to your business. Then you have a trigger campaign activity. The trigger campaign activity action help you to associate a form submission with a marketing campaign for better engagement tracking. Enroll in engagement plan. So enroll in engagement plan adds the user to predefined engagement plan, nurturing them through personalized content. So, and the last one is the send email campaign message. So send email campaign message sends a pre-configured marketing email, making it easy to follow up with the leads or customers. So if you see these common submit actions here, most of these, the last 5 are related to marketing and campaign. So triggering goal, triggering outcomes, trigger campaign activity, enroll in engagement plan, send email campaign message, all are related to the marketing activity, because marketers are going to add the forms on your website, and there are activities which is related to your marketing plan or marketing strategies. Whereas you have a send email which will help you to send an email, then you have a save data which will help you to save the data in the database, and redirect to page will help you to migrate your redirect you to the success page. Now we will see create custom submit action. So what is custom submit action? Custom submit action in Sitecore form is a user-defined action that you can create to handle form submission in a way that is not covered by the default or built-in submit actions. So you might need a custom submit action in a scenario like integration with a third-party system, complex business logic implementation, or maybe the advanced tracking or reporting and the dynamic notification. All those scenarios when you will need it to write your own code, that time you will need a custom submit action. Now creating a custom submit action is actually a two-step process. When you follow this two-step, it will be available in the forms, and then you can use that in your form So the first thing is the to create a class. So you have to create a submit action class, like I have created here a send to third party uh, is a class which I am creating, which I am expecting to write a logic for a third party integration. Okay, so for now I'm just logging the fields, but if you want to do the third party integration, you can create your third party integration logic inside that, and you can set the form data to it to create. So once you create a class, in that you have to inherit this submit action base class. So that is available in sitecore.forms.submit action namespace, where you have to inherit the submit action base class, and then to you have to override the execute method here, and in the execute method you have to write your logic. Okay, so that is the first step, and second step is it should be available in the form. So for that you have to create a submit action item, okay, inside a submit action folder. Okay, so that is your second step, where you have to create that submit action. Okay, and there you have to provide your model type, that is your class, and the error message. So these are the two steps which we need to follow to create a custom submit action. Okay, we will see this in the action. Okay, so let's start a demo. So if you want to say submit, write a submit action for third party integration. Okay, so first of all you have to create a class. So sure, you must be knowing it how to create a class. So add new item and you create your subclass class. Okay, so I have created already a class sent to third party. Okay, inside of custom submit action I have created this, and then you have to inherit submit action base. And if you see here submit action base, it is coming from Sitecore experience form dot processing dot action dot submit action base. Okay, and your output is the string here. Okay, so we'll just comment all the things. It will give an error that it does not implemented the abstract methods. And what are those abstract methods? One is the submit action data of birth, submit action base. Okay, and let's you if you want to do that, so simply if you say implement abstract, once you say that implement abstract class method, then it will create first of all the constructor. Okay, so that is must, and then if you see again, it will ask you to override the bool execute method. Okay, so it will create that. So those the things are very important. So once you do that, your logic will come here. So whatever logic you are going to write, your custom logic, that will come here in the execute method. Okay, so I've already written that code, so I'm just uncommenting those things again. Okay, so this is the constructor which is created, and this is the execute method. And as I said, you need to write a logic into the execute method. So here your logic will come. So right now I don't have any third party. So whatever third party logic will be there, it will come for demo purpose. I'm just logging this field data in the log. So first of all, how you need to extract the data from the form. So extract form data method is written here, where we are getting the all the fields in the font dictionary format in the form data, and then we are going to use that. So log fields is going to log it, and very key point here. Okay, this method, this is must to write. Okay, basically if you are using a string, if you have your own class, then it is fine, but if you are using a string, you have to write this override try parse method. Okay, simple this thing you have to write, otherwise it will not work. So target is equal to string dot empty and return true. That this thing you need to add it if you are using the string here. Okay, fine. So this is a simple action method which you need to create. Then you have to build this whatever. Now, right now, I am writing the code in the website for project itself. You might have a separate project as per your standard, so that might be a separate project. For that DLL, you need to install in the DLL. You need to deploy in your project. So in this project folder, I have to deploy this file. Okay, I already deployed it. So that is the first step. So first you create your class, then you inherit the submit action base and then implement whatever the override method, that is the execute method. Here you write your own logic, build it and deploy it in your projects or a website bin folder. Okay, this is the first step. Now the second step is to create the action item, sorry, submit action item in your site code. Okay, for that, if you log into the Sitecore, you have to go to the system, and in the system, you will see forms. Inside the forms, you will see submit action. Now, if you see all the submit actions, all the default submit action which we talked is already there. So, if you see save data, you have a model here and where the action method is written, and this is your error message. Okay, so you have to create a new submit action. So, insert submit action. Once you say insert submit action, I'm just giving the sample. Okay, sample action. So here you have to fill two things. For two important things is model type and error message. Model type is basically your class here. So msd.demo website custom submit section send third party, that will come here. Okay, and the error message. Okay, so I'm not creating this method, but I have already created send data to third party. So if you are see here, model type is msd demo website custom submit action dot send data to third party, that is this class. Okay, then the error message I have given as an error while sending data, then you save it and publish it. Okay, I will just publish complete thing. Once you does that, say note that I have already acted in a sample action. There is no code there. This item will be available in the form. So now all the things are ready. You can use that in the form. So once you go to the forms, so let's open our example only. So now the form is open. So if you remember where we write the submit action, on your submit button click. Okay. So navigation step submit. Here you write a data. So we'll just remove this first. Okay, so initially it was only save data and redirect to page, which we used for our initial demo. Okay, now if you click here, this will be available here also. Now this is our custom action, send data to third party, and also the one we just added, sample action, is also available. We have not written anything, so we will use this one. Okay, and now when it should happen, so first of all you will save a data and then you will pass this data to third party. So save data will save a data in the forms. If you want to do that or not, that is your business logic. Okay, so if you want to, for me I'm saving it. Okay, and then send data to third party. Okay, and then once these are done, then redirect it to page, apply. Okay, save data. If you come here, forms, MSD contact, page, section, submit actions, you will see send data to third party here. Okay, and submit action is submit action dot send data. Just publish this one. Now let's test it. Just remember here for It is showing the alphanumeric thing. Okay, let's rectify that also. Okay, if you remember in last demo, we have seen the custom validator, so that I have not removed it. So that's why it is showing that. So let's remove that also. So for email action, we don't want alphanumeric, but we want email validator. Let's publish the form. Again, we will test it. So I'm just passing new at the rate gmail.com. Okay, and submit. We are saving your data. Okay, it is redirected. Now, what we done in our logic, we are extracted the forms and then we have log fields. So log fields is logging the data. So we'll open the log of the website and we'll see whether we are getting this or not. Logs. Okay, this is the latest log. Let's try to find out whether our data is what log or not. Okay, if you see here, this is what we have posted, right? Form field Jitendra, email Jitendra, custom action Gmail. So it is getting posted. The data is getting logged. Okay. So this is how the custom submit action work. I'm just again summarizing it. What we did first is we created a class. The custom submit action is a two-step method. First, we created a class that is send data to third party. We inherited submit action base. We have added the constructor and override the execute method. In the execute method, we have returned our logic. For the demo purpose, I'm just logging the form fields. Okay, this is the first step. The second step is to create the submit action. So for that, you have to go to the system settings, forms, submit actions, and then insert submit action method. Okay, then you assign the class here in the model type and the error message and the error message, publish it. Then you can go back to your form and in the submit action field, the submit button, you can select whatever your method is. So that logic is here. Then we decide how it should move. Like I have for saving the form and then send data to third party and then redirecting to page. I can move the send data to up also, save data is down also. So depending on your logic, you do these activities and that's it. You publish it.
That's it for today. Friends, I hope that now you know what are submit actions, what are the default submit actions and how to customize those submit actions as per your need. So if you like this video, please click on a like button to share this video with your friends and colleagues within your network. Until now, if you are not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel and click on notification bell so that you will get the update from my Sitecore diaries. Feel free to drop a question, suggestion or feedback in the comment section. What are the different topics you want to cover in these videos? Let me know. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Till that time, happy coding. Take care. Bye.